She was standing barefoot on the kitchen tile, wearing the silk robe I'd bought her for our 10th anniversary, holding a glass of champagne. At 7:20 in the morning. I remember the time exactly, because I had just buckled my watch, getting ready for work. I rounded the corner, and there she was, hair tousled, but not from sleep, smiling at her phone, not even noticing me at first. When she finally looked up, it wasn't with surprise, not guilt, just that cold little smile I hadn't seen a year ago. "Oh, you're still here?" "No, good morning." No kiss. Just that. Something in me snapped. Not loud, not dramatic. No yelling. No plate smashing. Just a cold, quiet snap, like a steel wire breaking somewhere deep in my chest. And in that moment, I understood. I didn't need proof. I didn't need a confession. The look on her face told me everything. She'd already moved on. I was furniture she hadn't gotten around to throwing out yet. "Early meeting?" I asked, my voice calm. Too calm. She shrugged, sipped her champagne. "Not really. Just felt like dressing up for myself." As she leaned on the counter, the robe slipped, just a little. And I saw it. A faint mark, right above her collarbone. A love bite. Like we were teenagers again. Except we weren't. She was 39, married, and had stopped wearing her wedding ring 3 weeks ago because it was too tight. I stared at her for a long moment. No blinking. No flinching. 15 years I'd known Madison. 13 years married. We'd had fights. We'd had cold spells. We'd even had near divorces. But I'd never seen her like this. Not distant, detached. As if she was already living another life, wearing another skin. "I need to tell you something," she said, casual as a weather report. I nodded once. "Go ahead." She tilted her head. A small, pitying smile. That was the worst part. Not anger. Not regret. Pity. "I think it's time we stop pretending this marriage is working," she said. "I found someone who actually sees me." I didn't speak. Didn't ask who. I wanted her to keep talking. I wanted to see how deep the rabbit hole went. And she kept going. "He's smart. Driven. Not stuck in the same job for 10 years. He listens to me." A dreamy little laugh. I'd forgotten what that felt like. I wanted to smash her champagne glass against the tile. I wanted to scream. But instead, the words that came out surprised even me. "What's his name?" She blinked, caught off guard. "Does it matter?" I took a step forward. "It does to me." She rolled her eyes. "Zach." And just like that, the ground shifted beneath me. Not because I knew Zach. I didn't. That was the point. The name was new. Unfamiliar. This wasn't some office flirtation. Wasn't a drunken mistake. This was a second life. A secret room she'd been building, brick by brick, while I was out fixing the damn deck last summer, thinking we were working on things. "How long?" I asked. She shrugged. "Long enough." Then came the line I'd never forget. "You're dead weight, Ryan. I've outgrown you." She said it gently. That was the part that burned. Not in anger. Not in cruelty. Like she was letting go of an old coat she didn't need anymore. I nodded once. Slow. Deliberate. Then I turned. Walked to the sink. Poured myself a glass of water. My hands didn't shake. My voice didn't crack. But inside, something old and cold began to move. Not grief. Strategy. She didn't see it. She thought she'd broken me. She thought this was the final scene. What she didn't know, what she couldn't have imagined, was that the wheels had already started turning in my head. I wasn't going to fight for her love. I was going to bury her with the truth. And the week was just getting started. I didn't go to work that day. Instead, I sat in my truck, 2 blocks from the house, engine off, watching my own front door like a stranger. There was this eerie calm that settled over me. The kind you get before a tornado hits, air too still, sky too low. But I wasn't afraid. I was focused. At 9:32 a.m., a dark blue Audi pulled up. Tall, lean guy, white shirt, sleeves rolled, coffee in each hand. He didn't knock. He used the damn keypad. She had given him the code. My house, the one I had built from the ground up, laid the floors with my own hands. And this guy just strolled in, like he belonged there more than I did. For 10 more minutes, I sat frozen. Until it hit me. This wasn't new. He'd been there before. And just like that, I had the final confirmation. She wasn't slipping. She was gone. Completely. I drove off. Still calm. Still cold. But my mind was racing. First stop, the bank. No scene. No sudden moves. I'd like 6 months of statements for our joint account, please. When the manager handed me the stack, I already knew what I'd find. I just didn't know how much. Next stop, my brother's garage. He runs a small shop out in Ridgeville. I locked myself in his office. Phone off. Started going through the statements, line by line. And Jesus, it was all there. Hundreds at restaurants I'd never heard of. Spot charges in the middle of weekdays. Hotel stays. A plane ticket to Miami, her name, booked solo. And 1Z, Callahan. Zach. It was like peeling back the skin of a snake, only to find another snake underneath. But the worst part? A charge from a boutique jewelry shop in Charleston. Custom, engraved pieces. Not for me. I'd never seen it on her. She wasn't just cheating. She was spoiling him. With our money. That's when my brain flipped into a different gear. Not panic. Not heartbreak. Just cold, surgical clarity. Okay. You want war? You've got one. I started writing. Not notes, a plan. Every account. Every lie. Every time she worked late or needed space. A timeline. A map. I didn't intend to confront her that night. That would give her too much power. She wanted a scene. But I wasn't reacting anymore. I was collecting. That afternoon, I made one more call. An old friend from high school. Ethan. Cybersecurity. Smart. Loyal. Owed me a favor. I need quiet access. No questions. Send me the email address, he said. 2 hours later, he texted. You're in. Full cloud access. Backup drive syncing. That's when things really started to unravel. There were voice memos. Not texts. Not pictures. Voice memos. Her voice. Sweet. Dirty. Mocking. Talking about me. Talking to Zach. He still thinks I'm figuring things out. God, he made me laugh again last night. He's so clueless. You make me feel alive, Zach. Like I escaped something. Escaped. That was the word that stuck in my head. She hadn't just cheated. She'd rewritten the story of our marriage in her head. But here's the thing. I don't break quietly. I rebuild quietly. And when I'm done rebuilding, I don't knock. By the time the sun set, I had enough to start the collapse. All I needed was timing. And Madison? She had no idea the ground was already crumbling beneath her feet. By Monday night, I had it all mapped out. The accounts. The timeline. The voice memos. The charges. Enough to tear her mask off. But I wasn't ready to fire yet. Not until I controlled the board. Step 1. Legal positioning. Tuesday morning, I met with an old contact, Don Merrick. Real estate attorney. Divorce specialist on the side. The kind of lawyer who works out of a dingy office behind a car wash, because that's where real damage gets done in silence. I handed him a folder. Bank statements. Cloud audio. Timeline. USB labeled evidence. He skimmed one of the memos. Stopped. Looked up. You want war? He asked. I want her to lose everything. And I wanted to look like an accident. Don nodded once. Then don't move too fast. Let her think she's still winning. Step 2. Career pressure. Madison loved her job. Not the work, the status. The title. The control. Her corner office was her identity. So that's where I aimed next. That afternoon, I opened a private browser. Drafted a clean, anonymous email to her HR department. Subject: concerning use of company equipment, possible ethics breach. Recent concerns have surfaced regarding the personal use of company-issued devices for explicit content. Suggest reviewing user cloud storage for potential compliance issues. No names. No direct evidence. Just smoke. And in corporate America, smoke is all it takes. Step 3. Cut the money. Late that night, while Madison slept upstairs, phone buzzing under her pillow, I executed the next piece. Set an automatic withdrawal of half our joint savings, redirected into a protected business account I'd set up 2 years ago. Legal. Clean. Locked until the divorce was filed. She wouldn't see a dime unless a judge ordered it. Step 4. Keep her distracted. Wednesday morning, I sent a single text to Zach. Just so you know, I'm aware. Good luck. No threats. No insults. Just a nudge. He didn't reply for hours. Then 3 words. You're too late. The arrogance in that response told me everything I needed to know. He thought I was just another husband about to unravel. He had no idea I was already holding the matches. That evening, Madison was radiant. She hummed while she cooked, checked her phone every few minutes, texted Zach between bites of dinner. She had no idea that her cloud was syncing to a backup drive in my office. She thought she was in control. She wasn't. By Thursday, the first cracks appeared. Her assistant texted her at 10 a.m. Hey, HR wants to meet at 2. Something about IT audit. Madison texted Zach in a panic. Did you do something? HR flagged my cloud access. He replied, relax. It's probably random. But it wasn't. By Friday, her Instagram went private. Her work email started bouncing auto-replies. And me? I hadn't raised my voice. Hadn't confronted her. Hadn't even skipped a day at the gym. I was patient. I was quiet. And I was winning. All Madison saw was static. She didn't know where the hits were coming from. And she hadn't even seen the first domino fall yet. By Monday, the board was set. I wasn't guessing anymore. I knew her patterns. Knew his. Knew exactly which domino to push first. And the timing was perfect. Madison had a speaking event Thursday. One of those corporate leadership panels she loved. She'd been prepping for weeks. New photo shoot. Fresh posts about empowered leadership. Her brand depended on it. So that's where I aimed next. Tuesday morning, 6:42 a.m., from a burner email. You may want to reevaluate Ms. Madison Callahan's inclusion in your event. Recent concerns regarding her ethics and conduct have surfaced that may reflect poorly on your brand. For context, search her name on TikTok soon. No links. No proof. Just a seed of doubt. Because here's what Madison never understood. Her image was her Achilles heel. It wasn't the affair itself. It was the cracks in the mask. At the same time, Ethan, my cybersecurity friend, triggered the next phase, live mirroring. Now I had a clone of her texts syncing in real time. Every message to Zach. Every panic text to her friends. 6:03 a.m. Madison to Zach. HR brought up a compliance clause. I think someone tipped them. Zach, it's nothing. They won't do anything. Madison, you don't understand. If they pull my cloud history, I'm screwed. She was right. 4 years ago, when she'd landed the job, I had helped prep her for the final interview. I'd read the contract while she panicked over her wardrobe. Clause 14C. Any employee found to have used company resources for explicit content may be subject to immediate termination and review of severance. She had forgotten. I hadn't. Wednesday morning, 8:47 a.m., an internal email leaked. Pending review of conduct, Ms. Callahan will not participate in Thursday's event. No official reason. But the sharks smelled blood. And Madison? She started to crack. Text to Zach. Why aren't you answering? This is serious. Are you backing out now? By noon, I saw her pacing our living room on the security feed. Phone clutched to her chest. Face pale. She wasn't humming anymore. Then, 3:14 p.m., the hit I didn't plan for. Kelly called. Zach's wife. I stared at the screen. Stomach tight. Then answered. Ryan? This is Kelly. I got your letter. I need to know everything. For 21 minutes, I told her. Plain. No dramatics. Just truth. She listened. Breathing fast, but calm. He told me you were controlling, she said softly. That's why Madison couldn't leave. I felt ice in my veins. That's not true, I said. I've never touched her. Never controlled her. Kelly paused. I believe you. You sound like a man who finally opened his eyes. I sent her the folder. 10 minutes later. Thank you. I'm going to break him like he broke me. That night, Madison sat on the couch, staring at her phone. No messages. No calls. Zach had gone silent. And for the first time in 15 years, I saw it. She was afraid. But we were far from done. I hadn't even opened the final envelope yet. And Madison? She still thought there was a way out. There wasn't. Not anymore. Thursday morning hit like a bullet between the eyes. I was already awake, sitting in a diner 2 towns over. Burnt coffee, notebook open, laptop in front of me, and a phone screen lighting up again and again. 6:12 a.m. Madison calling. I let it go to voicemail. 2 minutes later, text. Ryan, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I think we should talk. I'm willing to have a civil conversation if that's what you want. But here's the thing. Madison thrived on control. What scared her wasn't the hits. It was the silence. No yelling. No confrontation. Just cold, steady moves she couldn't trace. At 8:40 a.m., Ethan messaged me. You were right. Zach's married. 2 kids. Wife's name is Kelly. I blinked at the screen. Of course. They were mirrors of each other. Both lying. Both playing house. I didn't hesitate. That afternoon, I wrote Kelly a letter. Not an email, a handwritten letter. Short, calm, precise. My name is Ryan. I believe your husband Zach has been having an affair with my wife for several months. You don't know me, and I'm not trying to hurt you. But I thought you deserved to know the truth. If you want proof, I have it. You can reach me at this number. No pressure, just the truth. I drove to her neighborhood, walked up her porch, left it under the flower pot, and waited. By 2:30 p.m., another HR statement leaked. Pending review, Ms. Callahan will not attend Thursday's event. Corporate translation, she was toxic now. At 3:14 p.m., my phone buzzed. Kelly. I answered. Ryan? This is Kelly. I got your letter. A deep breath. Tell me everything. I told her. Plain. Steady. No dramatics. How long? What I'd found. What they'd done. When I finished, she was quiet. Then, he told me you were abusive. That Madison was afraid of you. That's why she couldn't leave. A cold knot twisted in my gut. That's not true, I said. I've never laid a hand on her. Never controlled her. Kelly exhaled. I believe you, she said. You sound like a man who finally woke up. I sent her the evidence. 10 minutes later. Thank you. I'm going to break him like he broke me. That night, I checked the house cameras. Madison was pacing the living room. Phone in hand. Texting. Calling. But Zach wasn't answering anymore. At midnight, Ethan forwarded me the latest mirrored messages. Madison to Zach. Kelly knows. She blocked me. What are we going to do? No reply. Please, Zach. I can't lose everything. You promised. Still nothing. And that was the moment I knew. She was finally alone. Funny thing? I hadn't raised my voice. Hadn't cursed. Hadn't even stepped into the same room with her since that morning on the kitchen tile. All I'd done was tell the truth. And the truth? It was doing the rest for me. By Friday morning, the chessboard was cleared. HR had suspended her. Her empire was crumbling online. Zach had vanished. His wife had locked him out, filed separation papers, and started freezing accounts. And Madison? She was pacing, calling, texting. But no one was answering anymore. I sat in Don's office at 9:40 a.m. He slid a thick manila envelope across the table. Everything's ready, he said. Full financials, divorce papers, asset list, evidence index. You've got her in 6 different breaches. No leverage. She won't get a cent. You sure? I asked. He grinned. Ryan, she's cooked. The house is in your name. The prenup holds. The rest? Documented and time-stamped. I left with the envelope under my arm and drove home, parked around the corner, watched her through the porch camera for a minute. Hoodie, leggings, pacing like a trapped animal. Then I got out. When I stepped onto the porch, she spun. You're here, she breathed. I am. She opened her mouth, probably had some speech prepared. A plea, a manipulation, maybe something about what we used to be. I didn't let her start. I held out the envelope. What's this? She asked, voice cracking. Everything you didn't think I'd find. She didn't take it. Just stared, face pale, hands shaking. Ryan, please. We don't have to. We do. I cut her off. Because you already did. You lit the fire, Madison. I just handed you the gasoline. She swallowed hard. You're punishing me for not loving you anymore. I almost laughed. But I didn't. No. I'm holding you accountable for burning down a marriage while pretending you weren't holding the match. Her voice dropped to a whisper. He's gone. Zach. He blocked me. I didn't blink. I know. Kelly told me. That one hit her like a punch. She swayed, gripping the porch railing. For the first time in 15 years, I saw it. She was lost. Not angry. Not indignant. Just lost. She looked at the envelope again, like it was burning her fingers. "What happens now?" she whispered. I took a breath. "You have two options. Sign the papers, walk away quietly, or fight, and watch every piece of this become public record. No negotiations. No shielding your name. No mercy." She finally looked up. "I never thought you'd do this." I held her gaze. "That's the problem, Madison. You never thought at all." Then I turned and left her standing there, clutching her hoodie over a life that was no longer hers.